Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll show you how to make a standing sleeve or a standing attachment with a boning. Also, I have a video on this channel on how to make a standing detail using a crinoline. Okay, I'll drop the link in the description box below, so go ahead and click that and watch that also. And to get started, you'd need the following things. First of all, you need fabrics. Whatever fabrics you're using for your sleeve, get that ready. And next, you'll be needing a hard paper stay, okay? That very hard one. And next, you'd need an stay. I'll be using this soft tissue stay. You should get an stay. Those cotton one is very good. But since I don't have that, I'll be using this tissue stay, very soft one. And next you need boning. I will suggest that you go for those very hard boning so that your attachment stands so firm. If you do not have that, it's actually okay, go for the one you have. All right, so the next thing to do is to cut your fabric. You already know the length that you'd use, so determine the length and the breadth of what you need and cut that out on your fabric. And for this tutorial, I'm just going to be using the width of 6 inches and the length of 24 inches. You can actually use whatever length. It totally depends on what you're making, okay? All right, so I'll use those measurements and I'll cut out 2 pieces right now. All right, so here's the 2 piece, and the next thing to do is to cut an interface for the 2 pieces. Okay, all right, so I'll be using this tissue stay. As I said earlier, you can use your cotton stay or your air stay, those soft ones. Okay, so I'll cut an interface for it right now, and afterwards I'll iron the interface to the fabrics. All right guys, so here I've already ironed the tissue stay to the fabrics, and I also went ahead to cut another piece using the hard stay. As you can see, here is the hard stay. I cut the same length and the same width. And next I would be marking on this hard stay to give us a guide on what we are supposed to sew together. Okay, so I will leave 1/2 inch on this side and draw a straight line downward. Okay, and next I'll draw a straight line, making sure that I have 1/2 inch in between. Okay, just watch what I'm doing. So I'll go to the other side and mark a straight line, leaving 1/2 inch on the edge. Okay, and I'll draw another line, making sure that it's about 1/2 inch on each of those lines. That is where our boning would be going through. Okay, but I just need to draw this just to give us a guide. So I'll go ahead and draw a straight line on the center of the hard stay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and mark a second line on the center here. I'll just mark a straight line down just to make sure that I have 1/2 inch. These lines will serve as guide when we are sewing. Okay, all right, so I'll be picking one of the fabric piece and I'll be placing the hard stay on the wrong side of the fabric like so, and those lines we marked, we are going to be running a stitch along those lines like that. Okay guys, note that I marked on the side that has no glue or gum. Okay, so that part that has glue is going to be facing the wrong side of the fabrics. Okay, all right, so I'm just going ahead to run a stitch down all the marked lines. Okay, all right guys, so here it is after running a straight stitch down all the marked lines, and on the other side this is what it looks like. Okay, and here we already have a casing for our boning, and we are going to be placing our boning on each of the casing as it is right here. But before we do that, we need to place the right side of the other fabrics on the right side of this material. Remember, we cut 2 pieces, so you're going to place it on top of each other like this, and we're going to sew 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay, all right guys, so here it is after sewing both pieces together, and I'm just going to turn it inside out. Okay, all right guys, so after turning it inside out, this is what it looks like. This is what we have. on the other side. This is what it looks like, and the next thing to do is just to insert the boning into the casing. Remember to leave an allowance or space at both ends of these fabrics. This allowance is what you are going to use to attach this to the main fabrics. Okay guys, so this is it. After inserting the bonings into the casing of the attachment, you can see how well structured and how firm it is. Right now you can go ahead and attach it to your main fabrics, or you can embellish it with appliques just to make it more classy and all that. Also, you can leave it like this, or you can pleat the ends, plait it by using, let me just show you. I will just use needle and thread to just pleat the ends to give it some different outlook. All you need to do is just to pleat the end and secure it with your needle and thread. Then you can go ahead and attach it to your main fabrics, and put some appliques on it to cover the raw edges, and you are good to go. Thank you for watching to the end. See you in my next video.